Thanks so much for joining. I'm Joe Peterson. I'm the Vice President of Cloud and Security for Clarify 360. I'm also the Chief Analyst at ClearTech Research, and I'm here today on behalf of the CTO Advisor, their Cloud Everyday series, and we're chatting about Azure security. And today we're going to talk about Azure Confidential Ledger. So Azure Confidential Ledger provides a managed and decentralized ledger for data entries backed by blockchain. You can maintain data integrity by preventing unauthorized or accidental modification with tamper-proof storage. You can protect your data at rest, in transit, and in use with hardware-backed secure enclave used in Azure Confidential Computing. As its name suggests, Azure Confidential Ledger utilizes the Azure Confidential Computing Platform and the Confidential Consortium framework to provide a high-integrity solution that is tamper-protected and evident. One ledger spans across 3 or more identical instances, each of which run in a dedicated, fully attested, hardware-backed enclave. The ledger's integrity is maintained through a consensus-based blockchain. Azure Confidential Ledger offers unique data integrity advantages, including immutability, tamper-proofing, and append-only operations. These features, which ensure that all records are kept intact, are ideal when critical metadata records must not be modified, such as for regulatory compliance and archival purposes. So here's a few examples of things that you can store on your ledger. Records relating to your business transactions, for example, money transfers or confidential documents edits, updates to trusted assets, for example, core applications or contracts, administrative and control changes, for example, granting access permissions, operational IT and security events, for example, Microsoft Defender for cloud alerts. Now, what are some of the key features? The confidential ledger is exposed through REST APIs, which can be integrated into new or existing applications. The confidential ledger can be maintained by administrators utilizing administrative APIs at the control plane. It can also be called directly by application code through functional APIs at the data plane. The administrative APIs support basic operations such as create, update, get, and delete. The functional APIs allow direct interaction with your instantiated ledger and include operations such as put and get data. Let's talk about ledger security. The ledger APIs support certificate-based authentication process with owner roles, as well as Azure Active Directory AAD-based authentication, and also role-based access, for example, owner, reader, contributor. The data to the ledger is sent through TLS 1.3 connection, and TLS 1.3 connection terminates inside the hardware-backed security enclaves, such as Intel SGX enclaves. This ensures that no one can intercept the connection between a customer's client and the confidential server nodes. So let's talk a minute about ledger storage. Confidential ledgers are created as blocks in blob storage containers belonging to an Azure storage account. Transaction data can either be stored encrypted or in plain text depending on your needs. The confidential ledger can be managed by administrators using administrative APIs at the control plane and can be called directly by your application code through functional APIs at the data plane. The administrative APIs support basic operations such as create, update, get, and delete. The functional APIs allow direct interaction with your instantiated confidential ledger and include operations such as put and get data. If you like my content, ring my bell on my profile so you can see my post. Hit me up on Twitter at ClearTech Today. Follow me on YouTube at ClearTech Research. Or if you need cybersecurity or security consulting or sourcing assistance, Clarify 360 has you covered. Thank you so much for joining.